Make more sales by being more specific. Although people find round numbers easier to understand, they find specific numbers more believable. When you're more specific, you sound more credible and authoritative, so use this in your website marketing. For example, some time management experts advise you to schedule meetings at an odd time, such as 8:05 a.m., rather than a round number like 8 o'clock a.m. or 8:15 a.m. The round number allows people to assume it's an estimate, so they don't give it much importance and might dawdle and wander in 10 minutes late. On the other hand, when you announce an unusual time, such as 8:05 a.m., it forces people to sit up and take notice. By being more specific, you're giving greater importance to the number, and it encourages people to attend on time. You can use the same principle on your website. By being specific and giving more detail, you give the information greater weight in your site visitor's mind. You do have to be careful, though, that you're realistic, otherwise, you can lose credibility. This reminds me of the joke about the young child talking to his father at a museum. Child, these dinosaurs lived 30 million and 3 years ago. Father, how do you know it so precisely? Child, well, the sign here says they lived 30 million years ago, and the museum opened 3 years ago. Joking aside, here are 4 ways to use the principle of specificity on your website. 1. Use more precise numbers. Examine your website for examples of round numbers, and, if appropriate, replace them with more precise numbers. For example, compare these 2 statements. We have worked with 100 of the Fortune 500 companies. We have worked with 97 of the Fortune 500 companies. The first number looks like an estimate, even if it's not, while the second looks more precise and is more credible. Note, you should only do this with round numbers that you're using to demonstrate credibility, as in this example. When you're using numbers for clarity and explanation, a round number is usually better. For example, you would say the city has a 30,000-seat stadium rather than the city has a 31,238-seat stadium. Point 2. Tell them what's in the package. When selling a bundle, set or collection of products, list each item in the bundle and describe it in detail. For example, if you're selling a drill set for the home handyman, you would describe the contents of the set. The level of detail depends on what's appropriate for your market. For example, if you're selling to the general public, you probably don't need to list the size of every drill bit. It's enough to say something like 12 drill bits ranging from X to Y. When you do this, you do have to be careful not to overwhelm the customer. If you think this is a problem, put the details on a separate page and give them the option to view them if they want to do so. Point 3. Tell them what it's worth if you're bundling products together and offering the bundle at a special price, that is, less than the cost of buying each product individually. Show the individual prices and their total, so the website visitor can see the discount with their own eyes. Listing the price of each item is more credible than simply stating the discount, because the site visitor knows they can verify the details if they wish. Point 3. Point out the most useful bit. In some cases, it's useful to single out specific items as being more useful than others. For example, for most of our clients, the most useful part of the package is the 2-hour consulting session with one of our coaches. This doesn't diminish the value of the other items in the package, it simply highlights the specific items that other people have found most useful.